here, we finally see cars roll in a session that matters.
I'm going to argue a point you just made there. A nice breeze. I don't know if I agree with that.
Breeze.
It's a pretty stiff breeze, and the way that it is blowing, Townsend, that's going to be a big tailwind down into turn 4. That's going to make that brake zone at the end sitting to see what kind of pace and what kind of performance we can see out of the young rookie.
I think stepped out a little bit on Petersburg. Oh! Really stepped out. Turns under heavy braking, nudged the wall. And unfortunately, this is not the opening session.
About a month ago, I said, where will you win your first IndyCar race? Like, if you were a betting man, what track is that? He said, I don't know exactly, but it'll probably be a street circuit. Kirkwood loves street circuit racing. He said it's just something about being creative, finding the grip, being comfortable with the walls right there that he really enjoys. And for whatever reason, these are the kind of circuits that he just takes to very easily. And you saw that last year. He came out of the gate, pretty quick pace in practice 1, as I recall. He was quick at Nashville before his crash there. So for Kirkwood, what he's got to fix is those 7 DNFs last year, and all 7 were from contact. No mechanicals, just a little too aggressive that rookie season.
Well, and we came to, not even to his defense, we hyped him up pretty good last year, and justifiably so, because of his junior Formula record. He won in everything that he raced in. You can give somebody a pass for their rookie year. But when you're in an Andretti Autosport Honda, sponsored by AutoNation, you're here in your home state of Florida. It's time. The spotlight's on. You're on the big stage. Time to go.
Yeah, he had a bit of a mulligan last year, didn't he? I mean, we sort of...
This is 120, 130 miles an hour. Just wicked tank slapper. And then for the right rear to drop into the dirt here and hang on to it.
That's tough.
And you know, McLaughlin's thinking, he's thinking to himself, oh, I just blew practice 1 by hitting the wall. And then as that happened, he goes, I almost...
On the brakes, he's not on the paint. He's not doing anything wrong here. And just immediately you see the rear lock, and it's amazing how much that throws off your rhythm going into the corner.
What happened?
Is that left rear, right rear?
Oh, it's through turn 3.
Oh,
that's a big left rear.
Boom!
Big hit, both ends of the car.
This is going to be loud.
Was he out of the pits? Was he on an outlap? He is. He's on an
outlap.
outlap.
Yeah, I just hit the wall, man.
Yep, on an outlap. Cold tires, dirty bit of racetrack. Contact outside of turn 9. He's keeping his foot in it for some reason. You should probably take a breath there, Joseph.
You can see that right.
Parallel. Here it is.
Same deal. Looks exactly like Peterson to start the session. Rear lockup, and then no chance to save it. It's like he kept working the brake pedal, trying to modulate.
It never releases, and you hear the engine doing some weird stuff on the downshifts as well. There's a lot of...
It's honestly, the rear of this car is awful. We have got to get the car off the ground because we cannot control it otherwise.
Data as McLaughlin. Did he have more issues? Oh! Yep, look at the hands.
Yeah, did it again. Turn 3 has been an absolute nightmare for these drivers. Townsend, that used to be a fairly comfortable flat-out corner. I say fairly comfortable. You had to really go for it, but it was resurfaced, Lee, as you're kind of mentioning right now, pointing at the screen. It clearly does not have the grip that we're used to seeing there.
The leaderboard pretty rapidly, but then this happened at the end of the back straight going into turn 10. Driver's right.
Just complimenting VK for turning his head super early and picking up that apex. One of the downsides is sometimes you can lose reference on corner entry. Is Rosenquist here in that Arrow McLaren car getting all kind of dancy going into turn 1. Talk about backing it in. That looked like MotoGP.
He did the race of champions in Sweden, so this is nothing.
Listen here.
Watch what happens. He's going to get on this paint you see from the runway. And when he hits the brakes on the paint, way less grip. The rear tires are locked up here. The engine's pretty much gone. So I think that one was just more of a function of the track surface, which has always been one of the trickiest parts about trying to execute a pass in turn 1 here.